In the previous video, we have a short calculation about the Sharpe ratio, where the expected return of the portfolio is 31% per year, and the standard deviation is 62% per year. If the UK Treasury bills is 4.5% per year, then what will be your Sharpe ratio? Now, to calculate this is again the portfolio excess return divided by the portfolio volatility, which means it's the expected return of the portfolio minus the risk-free rate divided by the standard deviation. In this case, we have the annual return of the portfolio of 31%. And the risk-free rate, which is the UK Treasury bills, of 4.5%. And everything we are going to divide by the standard deviation of 62%, and that should give us a Sharpe ratio of 0.427. So if we compare the performance of these two portfolios, you will see that, remember, the first portfolio has a Sharpe ratio of 0.4, while the second portfolio has a Sharpe ratio of 0.427, which means the second portfolio generates a better risk return. Now, what if the monthly data is given instead of annual data? So let's have a look at another example of Sharpe ratio in another format. So let's just say you are very familiar with the portfolio of Google, Berkshire Hathaway, Amazon, and Barrick Gold. If you're expecting that this portfolio is going to give you 2% of monthly return and with a variance of 0.25% per month, at the same time, if the risk-free rate, which is the UK Treasury bill in this case, has a risk-free rate of 5% per year, then what is going to be your Sharpe ratio for the portfolio? Same as the previous exercise, to calculate the Sharpe ratio, we have to take the portfolio excess return divided by the standard deviation. So in this case, it is going to be the expected return of the 2% per month, and then we are going to subtract it by the risk-free rate, which is the 5%. Now remember, since the 2% is a monthly return, we have to multiply the 2% by 12 months. However, the 5% risk-free rate is an annual risk-free rate. In this case, we are not going to multiply the risk-free rate by 12 because it is annualized already. And lastly, we are going to divide everything by the standard deviation of the portfolio, which represents the risk of the portfolio. And in this case, it is the 0.25% of the variance per month. Now, we need the standard deviation. In order to convert the variance to standard deviation, we need to take the square root of the variance. And second thing is that since this data is per month, we have to multiply by 12 months to get the annualized standard deviation. Now, if you plug all of the number into a calculator, then you should get an answer of 0.317. Now it's your turn again. So using the similar question, what if the portfolio that you're holding, which is Google, Berkshire Hathaway, Amazon, and Barrick Gold, changes to 1.765% per month and with a variance of 0.2237 per month, while the UK Treasury bills remain the same at 5% per year? Then what is going to be your Sharpe ratio? Same as the last exercise, don't forget to upload your answer as a PowerPoint format to the StudySmart as it counts as your attendance. Similarly, don't forget to write a short conclusion about which is a better portfolio. Is it the previous example or is it the current example? Thank you very much, and I will see you next class.